Today at Randwick, immediately Maestro Maker out the back, and Viejo runs to the early lead. Commencing pretty well was Colin the Brave, and Au Natural right there, and Bold Troubadour's on a limb. He'll have to move forward now, and as they settle down, Pimpala players going up quickly, and it and Au Natural are the joint leaders from Bold Troubadour. Then Viejo, Colin the Brave, Sri Lanka, Maestro Maker, Klarsig, Impreza, Larius, and then comes on the inside Lender Crown. Pugat Larwin is now last. They come onto the side, about 900 left to run, and Pimpala player the leader. Clearly now a length and a half Au Natural, and Bold Troubadour the outside. He's going to second now. Fourth is Viejo from Colin the Brave, and then Maestro Maker trapped out on a limb. A length and a half further back is Sri Lanka, followed by Klarsig, and off the track is Larius, and 2 lengths Impreza. Lender Crown second last, and Pugat Larwin is last. Pimpala player leads clearly, and as they swing around the Randwick home corner, Pimpala player about a length clear on Bold Troubadour. Au Natural is angling for the run on the rails. A length the Colin the Brave, Viejo hard ridden, and then Larius. This favourite Au Natural is getting right up on the inside to chase Bold Troubadour and Pimpala player. Then Colin the Brave and Sri Lanka seeing daylight. Au Natural right along the fence, hits the front now. 50 to go. It's Au Natural racing away, and Au Natural wins it well from Colin the Brave and Sri Lanka. Impreza got along the rails. Bold Troubadour stumbled shortly after the line. Pimpala player over on his inner. About 2.5 then came Viejo, followed by Klarsig, Pugat Larwin, Lender Crown, Maestro Maker, and Larius was last. Au Natural, number 5, ridden by Larry Cassidy, has been able to take out the Moreton Chandon plate, and in doing so has returned $3.80 and $1.70. The first 3 favourites all successful, and 2 of them ridden by Larry before too long. And now Au Natural, he's really flying, this fella. By Naturalism, gee, it'd be good to see Naturalism get a good horse. This might be it. Out of Hunoff, raced by well-known hotelier George Badwani, with E. Salikas and S. Ellis, trained by John O'Shea. And this young fellow, John O'Shea, he's based at Randwick nowadays, and he's really making a great fist of a tough assignment, horse training. 5 the winner, 6 second, Colin the Brave, ridden by Corey Brown. That winner 381.7. Colin the Brave, number 6, at 3:30 is by Splendid from Tootsie, trained by Billy Prain. And number 3 third, Sri Lanka, is by Sri Pekin from Momentaire. A Baymere 4, prepared by Jim Johnston at Newcastle Glen Boss. $2.
Great result there for John O'Shea and his big string of owners. And John not on camera at the moment. No doubt he's had a big week out at the sales. He'll be relishing yet another city winner. First 4 has paid.
Now Escalita moved up, completed the line, and so they're set to go. Don't Tell Tom, an easing Popular Elect, and away they go, and Sir Jero jumped away very fast. Don't Tell Tom began reasonably. He was about the middle of the field. He's now pushing up to be on the pace and taking the lead, in fact. On the outside, going with him, Lightning Tears and the pink colours heads the lead now. Eyes on Success, the grey settling down third, and then Sir Jero, Smooth Customer and Lethal Lee out wider. 2 lengths to Escalita, Macabre, and Traveller's Hat is left at the tail of the field, 3 lengths away. Up the side, Lightning Tears, a neck in front of Don't Tell Tom. A length and a half, Eyes on Success, trapped out wide. Smooth Customer the centre, and then came Sir Jero on the rail, followed a half length away to Lethal Lee, wide the whole way. 3 lengths away to Escalita as they neared the corner, followed by Macabre, a long way back on the inside, and Traveller's Hat into the straight. Lightning Tears with Don't Tell Tom on the inside. They're the 2 leaders around the home turn. Sir Jero going for an inside run from Smooth Customer. Here's Lethal Lee letting down with a good run at the 250 metre mark. Lethal Lee raced up on the outside of Lightning Tears, and Don't Tell Tom can't rally for the time being. Smooth Customer with a run. Lethal Lee's the leader. He drew a length and a half in front. Smooth Customer coming home well, but Lethal Lee in front, and Lethal Lee beats Smooth Customer. Traveller's Hat from last, grabbing third from Lightning Tears, and then followed Don't Tell Tom. Macabre, Eyes on Success, Escalita second last, and Sir Jero finished last of all. Lethal Lee, the winner. I think when most punters saw him run that very good second behind Don't Tell Tom, he was marked down as a coming winner, but he's backed up in a race where Don't Tell Tom was there again. But Lethal Lee has made obvious improvement from Sale, and despite racing wide, he drew away to win that race well. 9 the winner, Lethal Lee, Dale Smith, trained by Van der Wales at Yarra Glen. Second, number 10, Smooth Customer, Andrew Finlay. And third place, Traveller's Hat, ridden by Stephen Baster. 9, 10, and 2. 9, 10 and 2. And fourth place went to number 3, Lightning Tears, who led them up in the time there, 1:10.2. 9, 10 and 2 official.
Still remaining very firm in betting. Now Sandown's fifth race, big field in the Country Cup, and the ratings have gone with 9 Louis to beat Snipperdane, Mr Donizetti and Badger's Wood. 6 from 15, 2 and 5. The market update looks this way. As you can see, Paris Rocks right in the market along with Badger's Wood. And of the runners on page number 2, still 21 minutes of betting time. Snipperdane's a $10 chance. Stephen Baster with the ride. $21. Old Blue Eyes. Speaking of Blue Eyes, let's go trackside to Randwick. Here's Ian Craig.
I thought you were talking about Frank Sinatra there, Brendan. And on this glorious day in Sydney, had a good crowd here at Randwick. The horses are about to move in for race 4, the Japan Racing Association plate, in which you had your warning. She's a lovely mare. She's a very short price favourite on the tote, $1.70 and $1. And she's looking for her 5th successive win. Was I commenting in between the previous and this off-air about the number of horses in the last few months that have been able to string up good winning sequences? Quite remarkable number of same. Second pick here is number 4, and that's Borelli, 650 and 180, and number 1, 870, number 3, Restless at 920. Of course, that first winner today, Alibaba's now won 4 straight. In they come. You had your warning just into the red on track. Moving forward now, Star of the Seas. Coming up is one of Gay's 3 runners, Restless. Hebe Rebe about to walk in. You had your warning taped as normal on the front fetlock joints. As John joins us now, you had your warning, moves in, a short price favourite. Taped as normal on the front fetlock joints. Previous of the day, won by Au Natural. Number 5, Larry Cassidy, beat 6, Colin the Brave, 3, Sri Lanka and 2, Bold Troubadour, 4th. Now in the 4th event of the day, the line is filling quite well over here at the 2,000 metres, waiting for Borelli and one of his stable mates, Mr Nelson. You had your warning, behaving well. Corey Brown riding the John Hawkes trained mare. Corey's got a yellow jacket with a red infinity symbol and sleeves, and a yellow cap with a red infinity symbol. Be that as it may, it is a case of all set to go. Star of the Seas, a wee bit restless. Ready. She'll get them here. They're off. Royal Train away nicely, so was Restless, and here comes Big Balbowski. He's a noted leader, and settling Big Balbowski straight to the lead from Borelli and Simi Sue, and then Mr Nelson, Restless, Royal Train, followed by Ills and Hebe Rebe, Star of the Seas. You had your warning, and Referral is last of all. Big Balbowski, the grey, is the leader, and as they work to the back past the 1550, has a break of more than a length on Borelli with Simi Sue inside Mr Nelson. Royal Train over on the fence, and then Restless, followed by Hebe Rebe. Star of the Seas just shading Hebe Rebe now as they work along the back from Ills, who's keeping company with You Had Your Warning, who's shading Ills now, and 2 lengths off to Referral. Down the back of the track they travel and heading down to the 1200 marker, and they're really starting to string out with Brian York taking Borelli to the lead. Borelli had started to pull, and York takes it to the front now by nearly 2 lengths on Big Balbowski. In 3rd position, Mr Nelson. Simi Sue is running 4th, and 2.5 then coming Royal Train. A length the Restless, 1.5 to Star of the Seas, and then Hebe Rebe, You Had Your Warning. She'd be back or some 12 or 15 lengths off the leader. Ills next to last, and still absolute is Referral. In this order they come along the side and go down to approach the 750, and Borelli by more than a length on Big Balbowski, whose rider had a peep over to the right side there and saw Mr Nelson going up nearer to the rails, and on its outside next is Simi Sue as they jam up. Restless, Royal Train, You Had Your Warning, momentarily held up by Ills, Hebe Rebe, Star of the Seas, and Referral's last around the corner, and up the rise they come. Borelli in front, a length on Big Balbowski. There's plenty of galloping room for You Had Your Warning. Restless has sprinted quickly, and in fact Restless has taken over from one of the stablemates, Borelli, and 2.5 to You Had Your Warning. She'd need to get a move on here. She's not picking up Restless, and Restless is racing away here. This is 3 for the day for Larry Cassidy. Second posse at the moment it is Mr. Nelson and then Star of the Seas, but Restless. Restless walks in from Mr. Nelson and Star of the Seas from Borelli. You had your warning. Well, she had a chance and didn't go on with it. Then Royal Train Hills from Big Balbowski Referral, and the last two in were Hebe Rebe and Simi Sue.
Double Gay Waterhouse treble for Larry Cassidy, and the Thunder Gulch gelding Restless proving too good in the Yvonne Smith colours. $8.60. One of the equal top raters has paid $2.40 for the place. 7 Mr. Nelson, $11.20, and $4.90 Star of the Seas. Fourth to be confirmed. As soon as that is through, we'll pass it along. Ian suggesting that Borelli gets a fourth position. Gay Waterhouse is the trainer, and that brings up what is a winning double for the stable. First four has been confirmed at $57,252 New South Wales for the first four. That is the scene at Randwick as we leave the action from there. We're counting down now to the Group 1 All-Age Stakes. Sunline clashing with her conqueror from last year, El Morada, who ran that cracking fourth in the Doncaster Handicap last week. Just the Super Tab details, the win dividend of $8.80. Place dividends are through. Quinella, $109. Exacta, $415. And there's your trifecta, $7,705. Cheltenham, the ratings went 5 and 6 equal, ahead of 1 and 4 equal third ranked. And that is the...
Pronounced a leaf, so we'll go with that. China Syndrome coming in now. So they're nearly set to go. Just a leaf to move in and we'll have them ready. Sandown Country Cup. A leaf goes up. Set to go. Sandown Country Cup field is ready. Off now. And caught them well with Mr. Donizetti, one of the first out. Paris Rock and a leaf jumped out well, and so did Old Blue Eyes down near the inside. Pushing up Snipperdane along the fence to be with the leading pack, and then Nine Night Louis. Badger's Wood's up there too, but settling down. Old Blue Eyes had the lead. Out by about a half to 3/4. Snipperdane on the inside of Badger's Wood. Nine Night Louis in fourth placing, and then came a leaf. Wider out Paris Rock, trapped out 3 wide, a length to Mamaloni Doolam Gem. They're trailed then by Silk Shamrock, out about 4 wide, improving. And back behind them then 3 deep is Brassy Gem. A length and a half further back, Classic Secret, Swords Drawn, Mr. Donizetti, Small Spoils towards the end. And the 2 tail enders are Shabiri over on the outside and China Syndrome. Coming off the back, Old Blue Eyes at the 800 led. Paris Rock had moved up to second. Silk Shamrock's a length away third. Right behind them, Snipperdane on the inside, and then Badger's Wood, a leaf wider out. Followed by Nine Night Louis, a length to Doolam Gem, and they're trailed then by Brassy Gem. About a length behind him, then Mamaloni the inside from Classic Secret. Mr. Donizetti starts his run from Swords Drawn, Shabiri, Small Spoils, and China Syndrome last as they swing around the corner where Paris Rock moved up to Old Blue Eyes, and then Snipperdane wider out now. Here comes Mr. Donizetti letting down with a big burst. He's sprinting very fast and he's gone to the lead, and they're followed now by Shabiri coming home on the outside, but Mr. Donizetti swept to the lead past the 200, out by 2 lengths to Snipperdane, Nine Night Louis, Classic Secret, Paris Rock. Mr. Donizetti getting tired. Snipperdane trying hard, but Mr. Donizetti home by a neck on the line to Snipperdane and Nine Night Louis third. Then Classic Secret, Shabiri, China Syndrome making some late ground from Paris Rock, Brassy Gem, Doolam Gem, and then came China Syndrome, and further back in the field is Mamaloni and Small Spoils, Silk Shamrock, Badger's Wood tiring, and so too Old Blue Eyes with a leaf at the tail of the field.
2, 15, 6, perhaps 1 in fourth position. The winner's paid $10.83.50, Mr. Donizetti, and it gives Doug Harrison a winning double. So it's great to see Doug in town with a winning double on Country Cup Day. The highlight race going to the Chrysler horse, career win number 10, 13 minor placings, and a former winner this track and also at this distance. Peter Mertens is in the saddle. So that's the scene from there. Doomben as the runners parade. Interesting race this upcoming one as we come to you, Larry Olsen.
Racing Stable.
On the Run, sponsoring our coverage of this afternoon's all-aged stakes. where all of the rage remains Sunline. Looking ahead before we go to Randwick, Cheltenham, the ratings favour the 10, which is Like John, and it rates ahead of Mottram. They both equal rate. Then we go to Apt to Go and Seattle Ken, 10 and 12 ahead of 1 and number 7. Market key ones include Sir Bleu, Friday Night. Those both two are at single figure odds. Over the page, Final Mist for Wayne Kerford is in the market, as is Like John as the firm elect at $2.20. Randwick, as we look back over the famous grandstand, and in just a moment, a bit over a minute and 36 seconds after they jump, or a bit under a minute and 36, depending on how this Wait for Age race is run, we'll see who the winner is. Sunline hoping to avenge last year's defeat by El Mirada is at $1.30. As we link up with Ian Craig, correct weight we have at Doomben.
Thank you, Brendan, and they'll be moving in at any tick of the clock for the NTG All-Age Stakes 1600. Sunline currently on tab limited 130 and 110. And the crowd that has built significantly in the last hour and a half here, a big percentage of them clustering around the saddling enclosure to look at Sunline. Right, John, and they're about to move in for the All-Age Stakes. $1.30, $1.10 for Sunline. The nearest to her on tab limited is number 6. And that is Tears Royal, 11 and 210. Number 1, El Mirada, who won this race last year, $12 and $2. Sunline ran third last year. Of course, she had not long come back from a trip to Dubai. Final Fantasy split El Mirada and Sunline in this last year, which was run, if memory serves me correctly, on quite a heavy track. Now, Weasel Will coming in, so we've still got half a dozen to load. Previous race going to Restless number 3. 3 wins for Larry Cassidy today. Beat 7 Mr. Nelson and 10 Star of the Seas. Larry rode Au Natural in the third, and also before too long in the second, and Brian York on the first on Alibaba. Sunline, the cynosure of all eyes. And over here at the 1600 metres, we've got Let's Compromise, Dress Circle, Kingsgate, and Oscar Warrior, the quartet to move in. Maybe the last glimpse that we have here in Sydney of seeing the mighty mare. The way she's going, all things being equal, she'll probably head back to Melbourne for another tilt at a Cox Plate. But anyway, let's see what happens here firstly as Dress Circle is about to walk in. He's there now. And the NTG All-Age Stakes field will be off at any moment. Racing this time, a perfect dispatch. Sunline is up looking for the lead now and going with a Mower Man. And little between Sunline and Mower Man, a length away in third position as they settle fully into stride, sent home. El Mirada's not far away, and the same for Tears Royal, Oscar Warrior, Kingsgate. Then Let's Compromise, second last as they sort themselves out. Dress Circle and Weasel Will is last. Well, it's Mower Man in front, and heading to the first corner, Mower Man 3/4 of a length, or a length and a half Sunline. 2 to send home, a little over a length to El Mirada. Tears Royal over on the rails, then Kingsgate, Oscar Warrior, Let's Compromise, a couple, Dress Circle, and a length to Weasel Will. It's Mower Man, the rider, steadying the speed now, and coming along to the halfway in the all-aged at the 800, and Mower Man out a length and 3/4 on Sunline, 2 lengths to send home, then a gap to El Mirada, Tears Royal, Kingsgate, Oscar Warrior's over nearer to the inside, 1 off same now, followed by Let's Compromise. Next to last is Dress Circle, and 2 lengths to Weasel Will, coming to the corner, and Mower Man is the leader. A length on Sunline, getting that wee bit closer now. 2.5 to send home at a length to Kingsgate, and then Tears Royal, but straightening up, and Sunline cantered to the lead, and down to the 250. Sunline accelerating here. She's answering every urge of her rider, Greg Childs. What affinity between horse and rider. She's put 6-7 lengths. Kingsgate sent home, but here she is, Sunline. She now tops 11 million in winning her 13th Group 1. Sunline, we salute you. Second home, Send Home. Third, Dress Circle, and then Kingsgate, Mower Man, Oscar Warrior, followed up by El Mirada, Tears Royal, Let's Compromise, and last was Weasel Will. Well, I feel so honoured to be in a position here in Sydney to watch and broadcast that mare. It really is something that I will behold till the last of my days. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a horse. 13 Group 1s. She's topped $11 million. And she's absolutely spread-eagled them.
Just incredible. Great mare, super call about Sunline winning, and Joe McKinnon, what a great moment.
I'll tell you what, that nearly reduced me to tears. Claire, what about you?
Oh, I'm shaking like a leaf. She just makes me so proud all the time. She's just wonderful.
Another incredible performance today. They didn't make it easy for her in the early stages of the race, trying to shunt her out wide.
No, but she proves that she's the best, and she always comes through for us, and that's all that matters.
Can you believe it? All this success, it just continues.
Well, no, I can't. I have to pinch myself some days to think that I look after such a wonderful horse, and I'm just very, very lucky.
In a nutshell, what does this horse mean to you now, especially after such an awesome campaign, unbeaten this time in?
Oh, she's always meant everything to me. I mean, she's like a child to me more than just a horse. I mean, I spend most of my time with her, and she is just like a child to me.
And don't the crowd love her? Right round Australia.
Oh, they do. They love her everywhere. She's one of the most well-known horses in the world now, and everyone just loves her.
Well, most people, including you, mostly I would say, would be hoping that this isn't her last campaign.
Well, we don't know. We'll see how she pulls up and see what Trevor and they have to say, but they'll decide when she gets home. And that.
Got your fingers crossed she keeps going?
I hope so, yes.
Okay, go and enjoy the moment, Claire.
Thank you.
Trevor McKee steps into the picture now. Well, Trevor, another awesome performance.
Fantastic, Joe. It's just one of those things that you dream of, of racing away from them again.
They applied the pressure early.
Applied the pressure, which I thought that they probably would do, but she accounted for it as soon as they turned for home, and as you could all see, she won like a real champion should do.
She slayed them again. Everybody wants to ask this question over and over. Could this be the last time we see her in Sydney, or after this campaign have you decided that she'll push on?
I would say she'll definitely come up again next spring anyway, so how far we go from there I don't know, but
that's great news.
Definitely be back if we can.
Great, Trevor. Well, you heard it, and I'm very happy. That's not the last time we'll be seeing Sunline racing here in Sydney, and here she is coming back to scale to a round of applause, a standing ovation, and a deserved one for a true champion of the turf.
Absolutely. Have a listen to that crowd, Joe. Maybe you can hold the microphone out in that crowd and just catch some of that wonderful applause. Look at the crowd saluting this great mare as she comes back. The market for Cheltenham in 3 minutes. She's now won 31 times in her career, 13 Group 1s. Today's prize earnings of $260,000 now lift her career earnings beyond $11 million. Just phenomenal. She's a daughter of Desert Sun out of the Western Symphony Mare Songline. For Trevor McKee and Steve, the co-trainer, for Thane Green, Mrs. Helen Lusty and Trevor McKee, who race her, and Greg Childs, who has been her regular pilot for an incredibly long stretch now. Another moment to savour. Last week it was a Doncaster. Today a time-honoured all-age stakes. And as they return, they're about to walk back up through this famed walkway at Randwick in front of this very, very big crowd. Norm James will bring Sunline in off the track, but it'll either be Thane Green, Trevor McKee or Helen Lusty who will lead the great mare. Now a 6-year-old, and you heard what Trevor McKee had to say, that she may well be back for more. Have a look at her as she parades. The crowd applauds a super mare. 31st career win, 13th Group 1, $11 million in prize earnings. Helen Lusty, Thane Green and Trevor McKee, the three proud owners who've enjoyed tremendous success with this super mare. As she returns, Greg Childs, the man who's been in the saddle, undefeated this preparation, who's won the Waikato Sprint, the Coolmore Classic, the Doncaster and the All-Aged. As she returns, we'll be back after this. That's our Racing Retro cameraman zooming in on the action. Greg Childs and the great mare, 134.38. She has not loafed in weight for age company. Very handy gallop, 134.38. So true Group 1 star, a true Group 1 horse, trainer, strapper, jockey, the whole lot. Cheltenham not too far off. Check of the action there.
And congratulations, another awesome performance.
Yes, even more awesome. Weight for age, she's just she's just so good. Today I was a little concerned she just wasn't as keen going past the 600, but the run the other day just topped her off for this. She travelled so well and sprinted when I asked her to.
How did she feel when she topped the rise? She looked awesome.
Felt great, yeah. How it looked is how it felt. Awesome. Yeah, she's something special.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Greg Childs, and she's given him yet another supreme ride.
Just unreal, Joey. Awesome. How it looked was how it felt. Summed it up beautifully with those couple of words. Let's go to Cheltenham.
For Benediction. They're equal favourites on the tote, Roxar and Kapuna. Little money for Crystal Academy. De Gauci with the red cap to distinguish it from Slipstream. Here's Zodiac Star coming up into the line. Prince Benbara linked up, so the Zephyr Bay handicap field locked away. Sir Spur the inside, stood up okay. Dignity Dancer alongside it. 1300, there's one playing up in the middle of the line, settling with an attendant. They're set. Dignity Dancer standing up okay, all clear now. Racing at the 1300 of Perfect Dispatch too. Blazing Sun, Zodiac Star, the first two to bounce out. Paternal got away trying to drive through and hold the rail. Just off them in the early stages, Roxar, and they're followed by Sir Spur, Gattaca. A length and a half to Dr. Lorna over on the outside from Dignity Dancer and Slipstream, and about 2 or 3 lengths further back in the field, Kapuna inside Just Honor, then Prince Benbara, and last of all, Crystal Academy. Zodiac Star took them out to the 800, led by a length and a half. Paternal second, Roxar third, Sir Spur the inside fourth. Blazing Sun is now fifth, 1.5 further back, Dr. Lorna, the outside of Gattaca. Then Slipstream, Dignity Dancer lost a little ground on the inside rail. Then Just Honor, Kapuna giving them a fair start on the rail. And then Prince Benbara, and 2 or 3 to Crystal Academy as they come around the turn in what's been a pretty fast run race. Zodiac Star narrowly from Paternal, and going up on the outside, Roxar with its effort now. In behind them, Gattaca, Sir Spur, and then came Slipstream, Dr. Lorna, and Just Honor. Kapuna's back towards the tail, nearing the 200-metre mark now, and it's Roxar and Paternal racing after Zodiac Star. Slipstream running on fairly well. It's Roxar hitting the lead at the 100-metre mark. Here comes Prince Benbara. He's flashing home Prince Benbara, and he's won it. Prince Benbara blousing Roxar on the line. Third, probably Slipstream from Kapuna, who also came from a hopeless place. And then Sir Spur and Just Honor. Zodiac Star folded up, and in behind those to finish then was Gattaca over on the inside, and then Dignity Dancer, followed by Crystal Academy, Blazing Sun, Dr. Lorna and Paternal. Huge finishing run from Prince Benbara, first up since December, some 17 weeks away from racing, and he's charged home on the outside to get the money. Ridden by Reese Wheeler, just when Roxar was being hailed the winner as he went up to take the front from Zodiac Star. Along came Prince Benbara with a dazzling finishing run, and he's got up to win under hands and heels from a very promising young apprentice in Reese Wheeler. Drawn away and won it by about a half a length on the line. Roxar running second. He's racking up a string of good performances without winning lately. And third goes to number 6, Slipstream, Andrew Findlay. So official placings are 1, 4 and 6